part of the implementation of Twin City Sustainable Partnership project, we have an aspect that we call the Municipal Revenue Campaign. So basically, we are here as part of updates of that component of the project. The project has three legs. We have the urban governance, we have the climate change, and then culturally sensitive aspect of the project. So these are the areas where we have various activities under it. So today, what we are here to do, the municipal revenue campaign falls under the governance leg of the project. But then, can we have a good urban governance without revenue? It can never be. And it's again one of the reasons why we are here. Without revenue, all our plans will go to zero. So just before I say that, just let me share this information with you to explain to you, the importance of revenue in making sure that we achieve a very good urban governance. See, this is 2018 to 2021 medium-term development plan. If you look at it, the first one, the whole plan, the 4-year plan, 2018 to 2021, we estimated 44 million Ghana cedis as IGF that we were to collect. As at March 2021, when we were doing the current one, we have collected 27 million. We have a deficit of 17 million. And the whole project, the whole document, we estimated 1.4 billion Ghana cedis. But see what, as at March last year, 2021, what has come into our coffers? 533, and we have a deficit of 909. So the project focus is that by the end of this project, all things being equal, the Assembly should be able to increase its revenue mobilization without necessarily increasing the rates. So in this sense, we are looking at expanding the net, bringing on board other systems and technology, the collection process, making sure that we expand them or improve on them, reduce the human elements within the collection process as much as possible. And we believe that through that we're able to increase our revenue. Because we believe strongly that the human interaction or the human element in our collection process is not helping us to collect what we are supposed to generate. Because the digital platforms, it hits the system direct. You don't hand over the money to an individual or somebody and then the person will say that I will not report. So Mr. Najeti will take us through our digital platforms, how it works, and then we will urge you to help us to follow up and do the demonstration here so that you go out there and help us to really make noise, about this, our digital platforms. We believe that it will help us to reduce some of the leakages in the system. This is not the only one. We are other interventions that we are bringing on board.
We are introducing digitization into payment for assembly services. We are introducing payment via USSD codes. That is the platform we are getting onto or adding to the existing. Similar to SMS that we already know. And because of that, the banking, also financial institution, has leverage on that to use it for financial services, which we have also logged on to. We have 2 codes in operation currently, and they are there in your view. If you don't need internet service, let me say so, to make payment with the USSD code. So it's accessible to all. A yam seller in the market who knows how to operate or send a Momo can do that, as well as the elite can also do. it injects transparency into our revenue collection drive.
I would like to know, with regards to the unsuccessful payment, do you check like every day and call the person, or immediately is unsuccessful? That's when you call to ask why the person couldn't pay, or at the end of the week or month or something?
With that, our officers are on the system, okay, at the various submetros. Okay, they are there on the system, monitoring the system. So they do those calls. So today like this, you might receive a call from one of the officers asking you, about why you have not been able to make your payment through. But like I said, we are now setting up, okay, to launch. So that's why we call you. We are setting up to launch. So all this system will be put in place going forward to make sure that constantly there is somebody policing, because we need to credit you on a software.
We want to reduce the rate of human contact with the people who pay the revenue. So what is the assurance that we giving them this short code at their beck and call will make them pay and on time, and then how frequent will that be?
The people need some reminders, need some form of force to make sure that their payments are made on time. So that's where the sub-metros comes in. Our sub-metro and the revenue task force comes in. Now, what will this system help us is that going forward, we will not just come to your shop and ask you to show us your receipt before we lock your shop, or somebody paid and because he has not displayed the sticker, then we come and lock the shop. So going forward, we come and lock your shop because we have the information that you've not paid, because our system will just tell us.
I just want to find out from you what's the current percentage it is when it comes to your general revenue collection are in the hands of private people. I know you've outsourced some of your revenue mobilization to the private guys to do. What percentage of your general revenue mobilization is in the hands of the private collectors?
From our last count, in respect to your question, we're looking at 15%. In real figures, in excess of about 80 million is allocated to private companies to mobilize for us.
Is there a forecast or is there a timeline that you're looking at by which you think through this platform you'll be able to take a total control of your revenue collection as an assembly?
We are very hopeful that when the people look at the percentage, in fact, by middle next year, we will look at the numbers in terms of people who will be paying using this channel. All right, it will inform us that yes, the public are going with us, and it will also help us to take our next steps of action that we have to look at. Do we still need the third parties? Those details will inform us.
For me, I think it's a great feat for the Assembly in ramping up its revenue mobilization system. We run the assemblies with money, and money comes with development. So if they are able to implement this project very well, then they will show up development within the metropolis, and the citizens will have a better life. So it's a good intervention in my perspective.
I think it's the way to go, and I'd like to commend the Seganita Krali Metropolitan Assembly and the Twin Cities Special Project for this particular innovation. Because if you look at the turn of events globally, artificial intelligence, use of such short codes, and in terms of revenue generation, obviously where there's money at play, there are bound to be leakages. So with this move, I'm sure it will plug a lot of those leakages, if not all.
Sometimes having the human interface is a problem. That's when people complain that monies get missing, this is happening, that is happening. So if this is digitalized and people can easily access it, the woman in the market can easily pay what she's supposed to pay. If you have property rates that you need to pay, you can easily do it. It's just like paying Momo. I think it's good so that they raise enough money to carry out developmental projects.
One thing that I'm also happy that as the officer demonstrated, it is real time giving you feedback. And I'm also happy that they have created a policy to explore as to how they can rope in all stakeholders into the matter. So quality assurance is there, and then there is also the feedback. But I hope and pray that the system will be sustained depending on how and when everybody is on board, so that we don't go back to the human element, which also create problem for leakages and lack of transparency.
We believe that going forward, if the people adapt this payment systems where we need less people going around to do the collection or serving the bill, what it means is that assembly payroll definitely will also be, will be reduced, which in effect will help us to have enough money to deliver the services that the people require. So really, apart from the fact that it will increase our revenue, it will also make sure that we reduce the number of third parties that we engage, make sure that the numbers of people involved in the collection process will also come down drastically, and ultimately give us the enough money that will help us to make sure that we deliver to the people the services that they require from us.